one of the reasons for ducking here was that it's possible that your left-hand opponent led from a 5-card heart suit, right? And if this was singleton queen and you let it hold the trick, your right-hand opponent might not be able to return a heart. So that is actually a compelling reason to duck the opening lead. All right. So they have another heart and they return it. That's the bad news. The good news is your heart suit's not breaking that badly, right? Now you figure that your left-hand opponent started with 4 of them, right? So the contract is not hopeless by any stretch, is it? Right? You're looking at 7 of the hearts, and your right-hand opponent has 2, and your left-hand opponent, in theory, led 4th best, right? So it looks like we had 4 hearts on your left and 2 hearts on your right. Trying to start constructing this hand as best you can. Your right-hand opponent has shown up with the queen 6. When the heart is returned, let's see. Actually, we'll go ahead and give you the exact opening lead since we will eventually have the whole diagram. So the 2 of hearts. Actually, I like the 2 after the heart, so it doesn't look like a bid. All right, so the opening lead was the 2 of hearts to East Queen, which held. A heart was returned to the 10. And now I would say let's go ahead and win the ace. Because at this stage, holding up once more doesn't really do you any good. And you can afford to lose 3 hearts and 1 other trick on this hand and still make your 3-0, right? Remember, we're after 9 tricks. And I don't expect over tricks on this one. This is a hand where we're going to be happy if we make our contract. All right, so you win the second round of hearts. What would you do at trick 3?
Diamond? Spade?
I think you want to start attacking the spades. And in an ideal world, you would probably be in your hand and lay down the ace of spades just in case the queen drops singleton and that you don't take a finesse and lose to a singleton queen. But your dummy entries are pretty limited, and I don't think you want to waste them. So since you are on the dummy now with one of those entries, the ace of hearts, and I don't want to blow the ace of clubs early on this hand to get back there, I think you should probably take your spade finesse right now. So I would probably I would probably go ahead and play spade to the jack right now. All right, guess what? It's going to lose. You play a spade to the jack, and it loses to your left-hand opponent.
Would you play the 9 or the 2?
I would just play small.
Small, okay.
Yeah, playing the 9 doesn't do you any good. You're missing the queen and the 10.
Right, it's not gonna, well.
And the 8, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you play the 9 and it gets covered, you really haven't helped your cause. I mean, you'd like the queen of spades to be on side. So, all right, so it's not. So you play to the jack, and it loses to the queen, and West cashes 2 hearts. And your right-hand opponent takes a couple of pitches. So what have they taken? They have taken 3 hearts and the queen of spades, right? So now you're booked, right? You cannot lose another trick. All right, so we know that West started with King Jack 10/4 of hearts, and Righty started with Queen Doubleton. All right, so we know exactly what happened in the heart suit. In spades, we know that this person has the queen. How many more? And we don't know anything really about the minors. Now here's the interesting thing. West has actually rectified the count for you. You may not have liked watching those heart winners get cashed, but you couldn't prevent it, right? You couldn't prevent West from gaining the lead because he had to try the spade finesse. Well, in that process, they took your losers down to 1. Because I will tell you this, the spades do split. So the queen wasn't onside, but you are going to have a 4th spade trick. So let's update our winner count now that we know what has happened here. All right, well, now we have 8 tricks, right? If I tell you that the spades are splitting here, and let's say after cashing the hearts, let's say just to not make your life easier or risk giving anything away, let's say West just returns a spade. So you win your king, and you play your ace, and you now see that your 6 is a winner. Okay, that's good. So where's your 9th trick coming from?
Diamond.
We've already spoken for the majors, right?
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Okay, so if we are playing the diamonds, what has to happen?
Queen has to be a doubleton.
Queen's got to drop doubleton, right? All right. So what if I told you while you are in your hand, what if I told you that you played that the queen is not doubleton? Do you think you can make this hand?
No.
7, 10, 12, 13. Isn't the 13th diamond good?
Yeah, but you've already lost.
Well, yeah, but
You've already
if you give up a diamond, if you give up the queen to make it good, you are now set, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember, you can't give up the lead again because the defense has taken 3 hearts and a spade.
Right.
We're still in this to make it.
Right.
So do you play your the third spade, rather, do you take care of their spade trick right over there?
All right, so I think what I would do actually.
Because you don't know that.
All right, so the lead's in my hand. I think the first thing I would do is check and see if the queen of diamonds is doubled, because that would solve our problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can play the ace and king. If you see the queen, you know your jack is a winner. Let's say you play the ace and king and the queen does not fall.
And you play the 6.
What is the squeeze card on this hand? The squeeze card's actually going to end up being your 6 of spades, because neither opponent has any more spades. So before I give you East hand and reveal what's going on here and why you can make this hand, let's do our analysis. Our conditions. For the squeeze to work, what did we need? Let's go back 4 things, right? We already told you had to come down to 1 loser. That was the 4th item, but let's deal with that first. The defense rectified the count for you when they cashed their heart winners, right? When they won their queen of spades and took their 2 hearts. That now took you down to a spot where you had 8 winners and 1 loser. All right, so that part is in, right? Squeeze card. So spades ends up being your free suit because that 6 of spades, it turns out, is a winner, right? Even though the queen was offside, because they broke 3-3, you will be able to play the 6 of spades and your opponents will have to find discards on it, all right? So that is the squeeze card. What are the threats?
The queen is.
What card in dummy is not a winner that might get promoted to a winner?
Diamond.
Jack of diamonds, right? All right. We'll put M by that.
Menace.
It's a menace. All right, now the interesting thing about this hand, the examples we looked at before, all the menaces were in the same hand, right? We showed you 3-card ending, 5-card ending, where all of the menaces were in dummy. But not every menace has to be in the same hand. Not only is there a menace in the dummy, there is a menace in your hand. Do you know what it is? And by the way, let's keep it, just to keep track of what's going on here. Those are all gone, right? Because 4 rounds of hearts were played.
Yep.
All right, let's say 3 rounds of spades were played. All right, let's say while you were over here, you cashed your ace and king of diamonds and played the 2 small ones. There is a menace in your hand.
How about the 6 of clubs?
So presumably it would be the 9, but it could just as easily be the 6, actually. Yes, believe it or not, that 9, we'll just use that since it's the bigger spot. Although, as it turns out, the 9 and the 6 are equally menacing. Now, how could this be the case? We don't have very many clubs.
Yeah.
What? So what you have to look at here is, well, the condition that we needed for this squeeze to work was we need East to have everything in the minors that matters.
Hang on, what did you discard on the
Yes.
4th heart?
Right,
On the 4th heart,
from declares.
From, yeah,
I think I would discard, in fact, you have to discard your diamond
because you have to keep the clubs.
because you have to keep the clubs. And you don't need a diamond to get to dummy. You can get to dummy with the ace of clubs, right?
Okay.
All right, that's a good question, actually. Very, very good question. You did have to discard something from your hand, and it certainly wasn't going to be a potential spade winner. You've got to discard something that looks like it's not going to be a winner, and the 6 of diamonds would not be a winner because the 6 is not the threat in the diamond suit. The jack is the threat in the diamond suit.
No.
All right. Well, when I show you East's hand, this is going to start to make sense. And like I said, this is only going to work if East has everything that matters in the minor suits. But if East doesn't have everything that matters in the minors, then your squeeze isn't going to work, and you're probably going to end up down 1 on this hand anyhow. So let's look at the process that East went through as this hand played out. So you can see the problem that East has. All right, so remember it was the Queen of Hearts at trick 1. It was a heart back at trick 2. All right, so remember at trick 3, Declare took a spade finesse. So East followed to that. All right, now their partner cashed 2 heart winners when they got in with the spade. Yeah, what are you going to throw away? I mean, you're probably not going to throw away a diamond, right?
Right.
You're going to guard your queen third of diamonds. So we figure East isn't ever discarding a diamond. You can certainly safely discard a club. In fact, you can safely discard 2 clubs, as long as you keep your queen jack 10, right? Figure you see the ace and dummy and you figure a hand that jumped to 2 no trump probably has the king of clubs, especially when your partner has already shown up with king of hearts and jack of hearts and queen of spades. I don't think there's any room for West to have another high honor. So you know that the king of clubs is in Declare's hand. Okay, that's fine. So now, and we did have a spade played here, right? Okay. So let's say Declare plays 2 big spades, sees the rest of the spades fall and knows that the 6 is a winner. Okay. So you follow to those. East. Okay. Declare plays ace, king of diamonds, and you have carefully guarded your queen, so you play 2 small. East is salivating. We see a little foaming at the mouth with that queen of diamonds, certain that this is the setting trick, right? Ooh, I've got a winner. They can't make this. They can't make this. And now here comes the squeeze card. 6 of spades. By the way, West at this stage is irrelevant because they have no more cards that matter. What do you do, East? Did you make a defensive error? No. Are you hosed? Yes. Because if you discard your queen of diamonds, now declare gets to dummy with a small club to the ace, catches the jack of diamonds, pitches a club loser.